Well, again, it's me. I'm Tim, how to know the feet, all that. This is Pangan Beach. Well, I mean, you know, I use the word beach in a technical sense. It's mostly shingle. And looking ahead, there's not really much path either, really. I mean, there's plenty of good beach access, but we're going that way to 20 times zoom to Bognor Regis. You might be able to see the large white tents of Bognor Regis Butlins behind there. Anyway, so that's where I need to be first. I mean, today's going to be a pretty long one. It's Sunday the 28th of August. It's about 21 degrees. It's about 12 minutes to midday after all the mucking about with buses and things. And we're picking up from here, Pagham Beach. We're going that way. I reckon I'm trying to do about 15 miles today. Nice cooling easterly wind coming at me from there. That's good. Should help. So 15 miles today, try and get some mileage in. I mean, there's going to be a lot of promenading today. I think pretty much once we reach Bognor Regis over there, it should be basically shorefront pavements for quite a lot of today. It's a nice long straight bit of coast as well. We've got no stupid marshes or inland salt marshes and swamps and things to have to deviate around. So there's one river to cross, so we'll have to deal with that when we get there at Littlehampton, and then onward. Hoping to make it to Goring by Sea, which is a real name, it's a real place, hopefully, because that's where my car is. So that's today's plan. Anyway, talk more as we get going. Let's crack on. Got a lot of crunching to do. Here we go. I hear myself think again, which is nice, although not without its own dangers. So today is a bank holiday weekend. This is the Sunday, and my plan is to do tomorrow as well. Bank holiday Monday, come back down here again. I know I was thinking of camping out in between, but this isn't great wild camp territory, so I thought I'd make just 2-day trips of it. Plus all my camping gear is currently in some state of disarray, as I've bought a load of stuff to retreat the waterproofing and all that, so that needs sorting out ahead of my proposed end of September traditional week-long hiker with backpack and tent, which the plan is to start at Eastbourne and finish at Ramsgate. It's basically the whole of the Kent and East Sussex coastlines, with associated wild camping and campsites, although that is a stretch of coast that tends to receive rather a lot of late night clandestine rubber dinghies full of people from far away who want to become British and don't want to do it by the book. So I'm wondering about how wise it is to wild camp along there at that point, but we'll see. Cross that bridge when we come to it. But if I'm going to get there for the end of September, get to Eastbourne by the end of September, I need to crack on a bit because I've got quite a few more stages to go. So I thought I'd take advantage of the bank holiday, get 2 stages in. So 2 days back to back. Oh dear, we've run out of pavement. Here we go again. Crunch, crunch. So a bit of a push today, 15 today, probably about 12 tomorrow. And I'll be driving home and then driving back again because, to hell with the planet. I know, I'm terrible. I mean, I walk to work now, so I think that does help offset me a bit. But yes, not so busy here today. I mean, there's a few people up at the nearest approach to the car park over on the beach. That's more of a yachting club, I think, over there. But then this is not, it's fairly inaccessible, this piece. There's no immediate easy car park here. It's just houses and then shingle. And, it's shingle, so that doesn't attract, that's not the ideal beach terrain, really. And is that a massive sewage outfall there? Yep, something of the sort. I don't know what the deal is with not going in the sea. There's no specific warning about sewage in the seawater this weekend, but I don't imagine it dissipates in 7 days that easily. So I'll stick to my policy of just not going in the sea unless by accident. So yes, trudge on here to Bognor, then on to Littlehampton, where I think there's a river. I'll have to look up what it's called. There is a river. I'll need to go back 2 or 3 miles inland to find a bridge for that, and then back down again. And then continuing on, basically the other side of that river at Littlehampton, which eventually leads me to the outskirts of Worthing, where I'm going to stop because that's where I parked the car. But there's a big long stretch after that, which I'll probably do tomorrow, which is Worthing all the way across to Brighton itself. Brighton Pier probably will be my finishing point for Monday. So yeah, that's the plan anyway. I have to get the map out and stuff, but I can't be bothered to detach it all and dump it. So we'll do that in a little bit. But yeah, onwards to Bognor Regis. It's the main big thing that you can see on the horizon there. And yeah, somewhere around there it should get a bit more pavementy than this. But that's okay. I mean, you know, I'm a strong starter. It's later in the day things get a bit lead-footed. But hopefully we'll be well onto paths by then. Anyway, yeah, it's not great. I don't know what the deal is going to be for this particular part of the world with the All England Coast Path, which, you know, I'm increasingly thinking is some kind of mythical beast. The English Coast Path is going to have to, I don't know, probably go inland, detour along a load of roads and housing estates that look through here, I think, probably. Unless they just tell you to go for it on the shingle, which is, you know, fine. Accessibility wise it's alright, it's just, you know, one does rather get accustomed to an actual path sometimes. But I think that's just me being all decadent and stuff. Okay, right, I'm going to pop you in my pocket for a bit and see if I can find a path up ahead somewhere. There. Yeah, I haven't been paying attention, clearly. There appears to be some sort of go-away gate here, and a big seawall. I was kind of daydreaming, head down, didn't really see it coming. So yeah, I'm going to have to double back at this point unless I can scramble around on the end there. It does look like high tide as well, so perhaps not much of an opportunity for that either. Private no entry on the gate. Ah, for God's sake. This is very antisocial. Let's see what the deal is. Oh yeah. Some steps. Maybe I'm allowed around on the bottom. I don't know. This is the kind of access troubles I was talking about. Yeah. Not allowed on the top, I guess. But that doesn't look too wet. Oh dear. I mean, I think that is accessible, yeah. Bit of a tidal problem. Okay, well, whatever happens next, I'm going to have to put my phone in my pocket. And I might talk to you on the other side. Yeah, not too bad. Minor soakage, phone's okay. Bloody hell. Grr. Yeah, anarchy symbol indeed. Yeah, okay, well, I mean, I've had a lot of extensive training in various video games for that kind of exercise. All that timing. And yeah, you don't get instantly destroyed when the water touches you, which is nice. Yeah, that'll dry off, it's quite sunny. Hardly soaked at all. Success. Really? Who does that? Look at this. Absolute go away in no uncertain terms vibe coming from this. And it needn't be. Alright, anyway, this looks a bit more conventional coming up, more beach huts, more people. Bognor itself, not far off. Good. Yeah, I don't know. Call me naive, I tend to hold to the opinion that the sea and the shore belong to everyone, really. But I guess not everyone agrees with that. It's not like the sea will even knock their house into the sea either. They got a ton of shore defences there, concrete and the like. Yeah. So there's something big going on there. I don't think that's just normal busy beach. I think we got like a crowd of people. I wonder if it's lifeboat people singing sea shanties again. That was odd. I don't know. I mean, if I keep walking, I'll find out. Certainly. Yeah, here we go. There's a lot of private barricades and things all along here, but I don't mind. You know, what goes on 100 metres back or whatever, that's fine. You do what you want, but certainly don't block the actual shoreline access. Yeah, jumpy now. Smash the system. Ah, no idea. Some sort of social gathering. I'm not a fan of those. However, there's a big main road there, which I might go and walk along for a bit. Just for some variety. Get off of this. Assuming there's some kind of path. Yeah, let's follow the road for a little bit, just for a bit of palate cleanse. This is more like it. And I've got new socks as well. I'm experimenting with ultra thick socks this time. I mean, the feet are going to get quite hot, I think, but the cushioning is really good. I think they're one step down from full-on mountaineering socks. It's on this hard path stuff, tarmac, you know, it's quite good. We'll see how the heat works, I suppose, but Merino Wool, highly recommend Merino Wool. Stay the hell away from cotton for hiking gear. It just absorbs all the sweat and bunches up and is horrible. I speak from personal experience. Merino wool everything, all synthetics that say they're wickable. That's what you need to be wearing. Good stuff. I can't recommend any brands, you can go find them yourself. Yeah, all those people were campaigning about sewage on the beach. I can see it might be a potent local issue. I'm not sure you'd find anyone you could ask, do you want more sewage in the sea? I don't think anyone's really going to answer yes, unless you're a Southern Water or Thames Water shareholder, obviously. I didn't sign anything. I'm moving too fast. Going to be out of here soon. But yeah, thoroughly approve of the sentiment. Anyway, yeah, just seen the sign. Southern Water, clean up your sewage protest this way, which is what all those people were. I'm not really sure that's an effective means of direct action, to be honest. I'm not sure many Southern Water execs are coming down to the beach today to be castigated. And to be honest, from a distance, it looked like just a nice Sunday church group barbecue or something. So yeah, well, there we go, some sort of volunteer picking up litter. I do pick up litter myself as well, sometimes stuff my coat pockets with occasional bottles and cans. I don't, go on about it, because I think just everyone should be doing it. It's just basic decency, but yeah, odd. I don't know what you can really do about not liking the amount of sewage in the sea. Go to the toilet less, I suppose. So it's the sort of thing that must be quite hard to protest about. I think everyone's on board, but what can you do, really? There's like 11 water companies in the country that do what they want. Sometimes get fined. Take that fine and pass it on to the customers. So there. Yeah, this is Waverley or Alderley or something. I don't know. Coming up from Bognor Regis anyway around the end, I think. And it's a nice promenade. I suspect this promenade will last quite a way. Get some good mileage on here. Dual use path. Keep getting run over almost. Just wanted to document this shameless use of Comic Sans there. I don't know, some people. Not to be a law. Here we are, this is Bognor Regis Pier. Something of a minimal example of the genre. Not much going on. I don't know, I quite like a pier to just be a pier, not, a aquatic platform for a fun fair or anything. There's a bit of quiet dignity about this one. Either that or it's all closed. I don't know, there's people moving around on it, we'll go and have a look. Yeah, I think I was right. It's mostly locked up, boarded up outbuildings. And do not walk on this bit, which doesn't really inspire confidence, to be honest. Sign about jumping off causing deaths. Oh, much wider gaps between the planks than I'm used to seeing. Well, anyway, we can see. Oh, that's Selseyville. That is quite far away now, isn't it? Look at that. That was last time. All that gabbing them out with bits I couldn't go around the end of. Pagham Harbour in between. And this is where I'm going. Grey skies. I think I'm going to be alright for the rain, but we'll see. I've got the gear if I need it. That all needs treating as well. Let's do that at some point. Some special stuff, you put it through the washing machine, restores its waterproofing. Oh, hello. No, thank you. Yeah, I don't even know what's that way. I mean, Worthing eventually, but I think I stopped just before that. So a series of small villages in between, I guess. This is Bognor Regis. Minehead. No, I keep calling it Minehead. It's Butlins, but it's not Minehead Butlins. It's the local Butlins, Bognor Butlins. It sits behind there somewhere. Massive holiday camp thing. I mean, we're less than an hour's train ride from London now, so we're getting to the part of the country where most of the capital go for the seaside. Out in Southend, which is on the Thames estuary, but we'll get there eventually. Yeah, so from here eastward, we'll start to see quite busy seaside towns, mostly for people to visit from London. Yeah, I'm more interested in the distance. Oh, hello. So if we zoom really, really far, full 20 times, and then carefully bring it up along the horizon, can we see there? Here we go. Is that Beachy Head, do we think? The big white cliffs that I did on my the end of my South Downs Way trip in the winter that time. Could be. It's quite windy on here as well. Don't want to bug all these fishing folk. And it doesn't really go much further than here. And I'll get like my hat hooked on a hook and then be humorously flung out to sea. Don't want that. So yeah, okay. Well, let's get back to the shore and head on across. See where we end up next. Funfair's taken over the whole street. This is probably not normal, probably a bank holiday thing. Oh look, another anti-Spaniard early warning defence system outpost. Brilliant. Nearly got run over by the train. Wait a minute. That's not a train. It's a car disguised as a train. Frauds. I don't know. Don't get this on Hailing Island, do they? Yeah, promenading away. Bits of rain, but I don't know how serious it is. Probably not enough to get the anorak out yet. Seems to have passed again a bit. Don't know, some of that might hit, but we'll see. Don't think we're not going to get anything heavy or sustained today, I don't think. So that there, it's a pretty impressive awning. That's the central atrium of Butlins in Bognor Regis. I don't know about anybody else, I'm getting a bit of a Logan's Run vibe off of that, so shan't be going any closer. Yeah, Minehead's got one similar, you can see it, bloody great thing, takes up the horizon. So, yeah, I don't know what really is in between. Yeah, there's a river, I have to look up what that's called, I need to cross near Littlehampton, and on the other side of that is Goring By Sea, or Goring on Sea, or whatever. Is it Goring or Goring? I never know how to pronounce any of this stuff. Humorously so in some cases, I'm sure. But yeah, nice pavement, loving this. Apart from the occasional land train that tries to destroy me every now and then. But I'm too nimble and quick-witted. The William Blake Trail, blimey, everyone's got a poet, haven't they? To see the world in a grain of sand and heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. Culture. Spitting again. Okay, I mean the horizon looks pretty good to be honest. Once this patch has gone over, I think we'll be okay. Speaking of rain, look at this. Now, I don't imagine anyone has been out watering this. I mean, we've had a few good days of rain over the last week or two, and this just seems to have completely recovered. So there you go, maybe grass is a lot more durable than I thought. Good to see. A bit of kites there as well. They don't look like they're on the beach either. I think they're in a park or something a bit further back. Some sort of local festival or fete or something. A lot of that about this weekend. Last big weekend of summer, I suppose, before the autumn gets underway. And we're just enjoying this footpath here, which has gone on quite a way. Watching those kites parallaxing along as I move along the seafront here. That one there is probably bigger than my car. Just the body of it as well. Some truly enormous kiting going on over there. Almost tempted to go and detour and find out, but was that a teddy bear? What's it doing to that roof? Get off the house, leave it alone. Dirty boy. Yeah, I don't know how far, I mean even the size of them, that could be about 2 or 3 miles away. Not sure I really want to detour that far in, but yeah, obviously some sort of park or something. Maybe it's just, well, they're all in one guy's back garden, he's got that whole load of reels staked into the ground. Ah, good. So that was Bognor Regis. Good receding shot of the Butlins dome thing there, tent. We're on to places new, but I don't really know what are. As I say, there's a river. I'm going to look up that river. It's bugging me now. Hold on a minute, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Done some googling. Yeah, Atherington's the next place, but it's quite far away, about another 3 or 4 or 5 miles or so. So not much after the end of here. Probably a bit more rugged and wild, I expect. And the river's called the River Arun, as in Arundel, which is Arundel, or whatever. Yes, which is about 5 to 8 miles north of here. Drove past it on the way here. Nice castle. You castle enthusiasts, worth a look. But yeah, I'm going that way. But yeah, quite a way to the river, about probably 8 miles, I expect. 10 miles perhaps. I don't know how far I've really done, to be honest. Well, it's just nice ambling along promenades like this. You tend to lose track of distance and time. Looks like we go off-road here. See people walking along it. Let's go somewhere. Let's try this. My kind of path, really. Reminds me of Cornwall a bit. Oh no, it goes all shingly. Oh well. Vegetated shingles, one of the rarest coastal habitats in the world. Yeah. What is that stuff? Sea kale, yeah, I thought that's what it was. Yeah, because it looks like kale you see in a farm normally. Just adapted to salt water, I suppose. A bit more at least. Yeah, insert shingles joke here. Right, so there's a footpath sign, which I'm relieved to see. Telling me to go this way, so I'm going to. Away from this lovely greensward, maintained by some local association or another. But yeah, it's all very much shorefront properties along here, some very big and fancy houses. But we've got access, so I'm happy. I shall curb my socio-anarchic tendencies and just walk for a bit. Don't mind rich people enjoying what they've got, just, you know, don't take all of it, that's all. Leave us a bit. That's all I'm after. Just passing through. Haven't seen the Spitfire flight today. I hope he's alright. Well, that's some sort of plane with the wing on the top. I don't know what the technical term for those is. Monoplane? I don't know. Right, let's keep moving. Yeah, another one of those massive stone walls that seem to be all too common along this stretch of the coast. Giving me a kind of go away vibe, to put it politely. And that is definitely not traversable down there. That just goes right into the sea, so I will have to find alternative arrangements. I'm hoping there's some sort of inland detour. If I go along that road a bit and take a right, who knows where I'll end up, but probably just the other side of this miserable git's personal private domain. Fief, whatever you want to call it. No, my seaside. I mean, they put a wall out into the sea if they thought they could. Right, onward. Hello, I'm in the middle of an access nightmare. I mean, this is a footpath but not a public right of way, and the sign there saying you can use it at your own risk, and it comes to here. Yeah, I don't rate my chances on that one. Plus I think it just drops off into the sea at the end, so... And yeah, there's the beach. So I think I could go back that way and try going right and a bit further along. There might be another one of these, in which case I'll be away onto the shingle and free, you know? So yeah, this is all very much go away. Look at that. Look at that. Come on in, please. Climb my wall. Yeah. Back this way, I guess, then. Yeah, this looks a bit more promising. Yeah, it's alright. If I die halfway along here, it'll be my own fault. It's fine. Just trying to pass through. That's all I do. Literally all I do on these videos. I pass through. It's pretty much my thing. But yeah, some people clearly sorts who really wanted their own private island but couldn't quite afford it, you know. Had to make do with a fortress on a promontory on a beach then. Right, anyway, here we go. Alrighty, freedom! I've been so glad to see shingle in my life. Yeah, what a mess with all that. Honestly. I understand some people. Yeah, a bit easier going here. Like hard packed dirt, some stones in it, but that's okay. Yeah, they've gone with artificial breakwaters here. This is a sort of coastal defence technique. Just get a barge and a great big load of rocks from somewhere up north, Devon or Cornwall or somewhere. What are they, granite? Something like that. Just dump, they're not local certainly, but yeah, just dump them all in the sea in a big long pile. Heavy enough to stay in place in all but the most ferocious storms, I'd imagine, and takes the edge off the waves before they hit the actual delicate shingle bit. You might buy these houses another 20, 30 years perhaps. Time and tide wait for no man. Tim and tide wait for no man. I'll keep moving. Hopefully we're going to go around the end and see, I don't know, something. Littlehampton, Worthing, maybe, we'll see. Yeah, a bit tenuous along here. There's access, but I wouldn't call it a path as such. Keep seeing signs that point away from the beach. Footpaths down to a nearby road or whatever. But let's see. Looks like it might get a bit more formal over there. Lagoon formed by the stone breakwaters there seems quite popular swimmers and surfboarders and stuff. It makes for some quite gentle water. Alright, let's carry on. That's the interesting thing about this particular stretch, you've no idea what you're going to get next. This appears to be a hard-packed gravel road wide enough for two cars to pass side by side. Atop some sort of causeway, breakwater. But there's a big white sign up ahead and what look like dunes, so, you know, anyone's guess. Deal with each thing as it comes along, I suppose. That's pretty much the free and easy rule I'm following here. It's the way I roll. That and a lot of anxiety. But yeah, at some point I'm going to have to cross a river. I don't know where exactly that is. I can see a big tall sort of tower block, office block of some sort there. That might be in Littlehampton. Not sure what that is. A landmark to steer by. Yeah, I don't know where Goring on Sea is in relation to me, how far I've come so far. I'd be surprised if I was halfway through today, to be honest. I'll have to check, but still chomping on good. Yomping, that was the word I meant to reach for and missed. Yomping well. Might have to sit down for a bit and just ease up on the feet. I mean, the big super thick socks are doing well, but I have just literally not stopped all day so far. And it's 2:15, so yeah, I've been about 3.5 hours of solid walking without actually stopping at all. not even to sit on a bench for 5 minutes, you know. Perhaps I ought to sort of dial it back a little bit. Still, let's see what's around this corner. This could be the River Arun, I don't know. Not sure if we're there yet. I think it's just another bay. It's okay. Wow, look at that sandy old stuff on that far shore. Yeah, no wonder this whole region is paranoid about coastal defences. Look at that. Oh, what's the sign say? With my 20 times zoom. Climbing on rocks can be dangerous. Well, I knew that. God, this is not my first rodeo. Starting to get a bit wild around here now. I think we've left the edge of civilization. Between places now. Still, that's encouraging. There is actually a footpath here, although hard to actually see it. This is Climping Beach, apparently, which sounds rude. Off to the south coast for a spot of climping. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is apparently a footpath, so we'll deal with it as such. Yeah. Bit of discoloration in the water there. It's taking sand away or chalk or something. Very much lighter. Maybe that erosion everyone's on about. Alright, need to get across there and then around. See what we get around the end of here. Looks like a sudden drop off and a bunch of collapsed concrete blocks. This could be interesting. Let's see what we get. Roll the footpath dice. Am I supposed to be on top of those blocks? Don't know if that's the footpath. Yeah, this is not much of a footpath. Well, it was quite an old sign. Let's see what we can see. It's all still a bit high tide at the moment. I think it's going out, but only just. Oh, bloody hell. Alright, yeah. And I mean, look at this stuff. Oh no, I've just caused some erosion. Ah! Yeah, it's really, I mean, yeah, you can just pull it off with your hand, so, you know, the mighty sea will have no problem. This is the basic problem with much of this area of the coast. A lot of concrete going in to try and forestall the inevitable, but ultimately that field is going to end up in the sea. Yeah, is that a footpath? How do I get up without completely eroding this coast? It's like a path. Maybe that's the path that they meant. You can see people on it over there. Okay, I need to find a bit where I'm not going to just utterly destroy this very small cliff climbing up, but yeah, let's do that. Yeah, this is my kind of beach. Decided to make myself stop for a bit. I've gone off stopping since I started from Minehead. I mean, back then I was all about throwing the bag down and sitting on every bench I came across. I did, like, you know, Bench of the Dead mentions everywhere I went. And I did love a pub lunch, but now I don't know, it's just in the zone nowadays. I mean, I'll get a sandwich or something from the garage on the way down before I start, and usually grab something on the way back, but during the hike I seem to become less and less willing to break the day up, you know. It's like I want to get it all done in one big push, which can't be healthy. Now, I guess we all change. So yeah, look at this. All these bits of torn up concrete and twisted iron and groins that presumably were put in. See, these are groins like you've seen all over the place on various different beaches, but where the wood is, I think that line was where the sand was when these groins were put in. I mean, the wood looks old, it looks fairly weathered. It could be, you know, decades since that was put in, maybe 50 years or more. And I think that there used to be sand all the way up to the lowest plank of that. That used to be where the beach was, and it's just all been torn away. I mean, you can see in the water has a kind of yellowy, milky kind of, sort of almost, yeah, it's almost milky sort of sheen to it, compared to, yeah, most of the rest of the water I've seen today. That's got suspension of, like, this sand and dirt in it, basically. So yeah, it's just slowly eating it away. And obviously some attempts have been made in the past to do something about it, but that's all been shattered up. I mean, concrete is ultimately just sand and, you know, cement at the end of the day. If you keep pounding at it enough, it will wear away. It's just a kind of artificial sandstone, I suppose. But I mean, this stuff, a chunk of it here, carried up over by high water, probably onto here, bashed up here, and it's mostly gravel with very minimal amount of cement with it. It's like we've tried to bulk it up with stone rather than just go full on cement concrete or rebar. But yeah, look, there's even reinforced pieces in some of this stuff, and yet there it is, shattered, lying on the beach. Just the awesome power of nature, frankly. But these things happen on such a slow timescale, we don't really consider them to be physical threats. Our lives are much faster. But those waves will just beat away at this for, well, forever, basically. All the way inland into that field, up to that hedge, maybe, who knows? Unless, you know, we as a species try to do something about it with engineering, but, you know, then you have so much time and energy and money and resource. I'll beat it forever. And that's what I like about these sorts of lonely beaches, where there's basically no one around except a patient but implacable foe, you know, and the sound of the surf crashing away. So I think this is pretty much high tide at the moment, but I don't think this place here has much of a tidal range at all, to be honest, looking at it. Quite steep. So the tide will probably only go out like tens of metres, if any, if at all. You get tide goes out very far when the underneath is really shallow. But yeah, it's just a nice place to sit and chill. A bit of cloud cover, which is nice. It's picturesque in a kind of post-apocalyptic, the after times kind of way. You could almost imagine that humanity had been wiped out. This was all that was left. My mind takes me to some odd places sometimes. Yeah, so there's quite a lot of people about though, despite all that. Mostly using this path on the back, although some going up and down the actual shore as well. I guess this must go somewhere at the other end if there are people coming at me from that direction. Don't worry, one day I'll just strike off into some moors along the coast and that'll be it. I'll never see another soul. That'll be it. the end of civilization. But no, there's always another car park, another little town or village. Even in Scotland, I suspect, even in the Hebrides and so on. Keep going far enough along the shore, you'll meet some jolly Scots fishermen coming the other way or something, walking the dog. Very hard to walk off the end of the map in this country. There's so damn many of us. Yeah. Can't go in. Like I say, I think Climping's probably one of the worst beaches I've ever encountered. It's got bits of concrete, submerged obstacles, groins. It's mostly collapsing concrete and shingle. And they still charge £7 a day for the car park. So yeah. Anyway, I need to go that way. I think the river's probably around the end of that sandy headland. We'll see. I'm about halfway through today, I think, which is good. On some vague kind of schedule. It's all good. Let's keep moving. Here we go. There's a lot of text here. Press pause if you want to read it all, but basically the TLDR of all that is that they can't afford to keep maintaining this. They haven't got enough money to properly hold the sea back, so they've given up, essentially. They're engaged in a kind of fallback maintenance mode, which will eventually involve them just not doing anything with it at all. Long-term plan for Littlehampton Harbour to pull places to allow the coastline to realign to a more naturally functioning system. Yeah, so it's all just going to be eaten away, I think. Well, not Midas, the other one. Canute. No, I don't know. The one that tried to hold back the sea, or at least did a really sarcastic... Oh, we saw that, didn't we? We saw the thing in Southampton. Yeah, that basically the sarcastic king who tried to convince his subject that he didn't have the power to hold back the sea by standing there and telling it to go away. Yeah, anyway, yeah, this all costs money to do. And it's like they've basically just given up. They can't afford to keep fighting the sea off forever, which is sort of inevitable, really. At least they're honest about it. I think they're going to try some sort of managed approach that stops all of that just becoming a massive inland lagoon, but who knows. I think here we are. Humanity is in retreat here, I think. But yeah, maybe a path, maybe just gravel, who knows. There's people ahead of me though, so that's encouraging. Maybe this does go somewhere. Hopefully it goes to the end of the estuary and then I start turning left and going up a river along something that's walkable. Still moving. Very long dune field this. It's nice. A lot of people on the end though. Makes me wonder if there's a car park up ahead, off in the way. Some sort of very long jetty thing here. Might mark the entrance to the river. I don't know how far up the river is navigable, to be honest. It's probably not very. I think there's probably likely to be a few small, tiny little marinas at one end or the other down this end, and then that'll be it. I don't think I went over any swing bridges or anything. So. Yeah, definitely. A lot of people all grouped up there with little tenty things on the shore there. Must be somewhere nearby for cars. People don't really walk as far as I do generally. This looks a bit terminal. It's my river, isn't it? Okay, this is the River Arun. There's a boat going in, obviously deep channel just the other side of the fence. Tide flowing out by the looks of it, having trouble pushing hard. So I need to go that way until I find a bridge, which isn't that far actually, I don't think. And then come back down the other side to those beaches over there. Yeah. Okay, and then I think Goring on Sea is probably just the other side of the forest at the end of there. I don't know, we'll see. Let's cross one bridge as we get to it at a time or something. Yeah, at least there's a good sort of walkway along the side of this thing by the looks of it. Should be able to follow that all the way up. It's about a mile or two and then another mile or two back onto the other side over there. And if there was a ferry, I'd absolutely use it, but I don't think there is one, so bridge it is. It turns out they have actually got a ferry. On demand, £2.50. I came out with any cash. I don't think they're going to have a chip and pin machine aboard their little dinghy. Still, that's only another mile or two, so I might as well go around. See a bit of Arun and the Littlehampton. Forget the names of the places. I'm probably starting to dehydrate a bit. I should need to try some more drinks, I think. Which, walking all the way up and down that town will probably give me the opportunity to do so. So that's all good. The maritime landscape here. See much more stable and permanent moorings on the far side. Yes, look. There we go. There's a bridge. I even saw a cyclist going across it as well, so that's good. It's not a railway bridge or something. It's not that far at all. Good. Ah, this looks like it. There's a footbridge. Guess cars have to go somewhere much further away then. Oh, I don't care, I'll take it. It's all good. Deep water. Okay, no jumping here. How does it roll, is it? Some sort of moving bridge, maybe in case shipping does need to get through. Doesn't think there's much shipping further upstream here though. Interesting. Is it on rails? Doesn't look like it moves very often though, to be honest. Looks like it has the capability, but it's just not used. It's like railway sleeper buffer type things down the end there. Interesting. Feels like it's, yeah, I don't know, feels like it moves. Probably never does though. Right, I was lost amongst the back of all these very expensive flats. Well, relatively expensive presumably. Found the path again. Well, yeah, there's a private path actually. It's good, I reckon this goes all the way down to the end probably on this side of the river, which is excellent. A couple of shops and things I saw on the way as well. I even have an ice cream. I can force myself to stop walking. Got this sort of cursed ruby slippers thing going on at the moment. Not the Blizzard of Oz, that nasty Hans Christian Andersen Brothers Grimm thing where the woman just can't stop dancing, so they have to cut her feet off in the end. It's that kind of thing. Shore-side fish shop. Fresh on the ice. Mostly mackerel apparently. With all various plinths, so you can just see one there. A sort of grey plinth thing. Hold it steady. They've all got fish recipes on. I quite like their fish here. A floating pond thing. Funfair up there. Huge amount of children. And all the shops and ice cream things are far too busy, so I'm just keeping going, as there's no way. Anyway, down to the end by that marker buoy thing, tower, and then hang a lift. So this is Littlehampton. Done. Look, yellow sand. Oh my god, precious commodity. Alright, I need to go that way, probably round the end and on a bit further. It's busy. Just try and control my screaming heebie-jeebies. Dodging the train again. Oh, what that thing is. Big block of flats, I suppose. You can see it from a long way off. Yeah. Right, yeah. That's mad. I think I might need therapy or something, some sort of course. I don't know. Buy a book or something. I don't know. I just think life's too short for queuing. Really, that's the main problem. Just keep on walking. Generally, not much queuing in the garage on the way home from these trips. You know, we're only about 2-3 miles away now, I think. So yeah, just push on to the end and be done with it. All good. Yeah, look, sand. Much better beach. Quite cool. It's like a bench, but also art. And then the bench continues to do crazy things as it moves along the shorefront. I like that. Very imaginative. On our way out of Littlehampton, striding along, taking advantage of this fantastic pavement, get my promenade on. Missed all that weather too, it's good. Probably rained on somebody inland a bit, ruined their barbecue. We'll see what's next. I think it goes all a bit sparse again. I don't know, I got a feeling there might be pavement all the way back now. This stretch goes just all the way on to Brighton, Worthing, all that. It's a fairly well maintained pavement all the way. Don't know. Let's see. Of course, also I'm worried about the car a bit because I think I parked in a car park that didn't charge. I know, yeah, everywhere else is charging £7 for 12 hours down here, but this particular car park didn't seem to have any price board anywhere, no ticket machine, no sign saying no return after 1 hour or anything like that. I don't know, maybe I lucked out. Or maybe there's a clamp on my car when I get back. Still, problems for the future. Oh, looks like we're off onto a narrower track. Let's just keep on going. I think round the end of that headland and we should see Goring. Let's see. Getting that looking forward to it being over feeling now. Traversing a series of interconnected greenswards owned and maintained by local residents associations and things. Put bathrooms across it though, so I'm not complaining. I can't get over how green it all is as well. Can't possibly have been watering it. That must be a full recovery. Mad. You all saw what that was like a couple of weeks ago. Someone's been out here watering it. It seems unlikely. An amount this large. It's all just recovered. I mean, we're still in hosepipe bans and droughts, but at least the grass is more resilient than I thought anyway, which is good. So I suspect those kinds of heat waves are not going to be an uncommon occurrence in the future. Alright, cut through the end here, see where we are next. 2 or 3 miles to go now, I think, maybe less. Should be all wrapped up by 6 or so. Just join the massive queues to get home. Still yomping along this greensward. It's just like a really long park. Mostly full of dog walkers. It's fine, they do seem to be picking up after them, so you know. I haven't been accosted by a dog in a while. Maybe I've finally developed the right kind of aura. I haven't been accosted by a person in a while either, now I think about it. My aura is strong. Alright, so yeah, big load of trees there. Cut through those. I think we'll probably see Goring, hopefully. Some idea of where my car is in the distance. That'd be nice. See where we're at. Yeah, half an hour of shingle to round the day off. We could try the wet sand, I suppose. Yeah, it might be easier going. Let's do that. Tide's definitely on its way out. Yeah, not far to go now, but I think the remainder of it is on shingle, so yeah. The promenade stuff doesn't start back up until pretty much the car park. Let's find some sand to walk on for a bit. Cumulative shock at my feet is starting to ache a bit over the day. Oh, there we go, that seems a bit better. Just watch out for the big bits. Yes, let's do that. Oh, there's like a low shingle bank out there, I think. It's a sort of natural shoreline break. Yeah, breakwater. Right. Let's push, push, push. Lots of birds. You really like that sort of thing. Picking over the freshly revealed sand. Crows. I think they're crows. Blackbirds. Crows probably. I don't know. Seagulls. Some smaller ones I can't identify that fly off when you look at them. Yeah. What the hell is that there? Is that Little Hampton? Tower block thing. Yeah. Blimey, you do, you're just walking and walking, you turn around and suddenly there's things you stood next to are tiny and on the horizon. So it works. So yeah, around this bend and then on for another stretch. I'm going to stick to the sound, I think, as much as possible. It's quite easy going, quite comfortable, quite shock absorbing. It's taking some of the strain off my feet a bit. It's good. So yeah, just keep following this around until I see something that looks like my car, I suppose. So it's just gone 5 o'clock. Hell is that? A bit large for a seagull. Gonna try and go around it without disturbing it. Looks like it might be able to beat me in a stand-up fight. Yeah. Big bird. Yeah. Give me the eels. I'm a going. Yeah. Once the tide goes out, you get all sorts of extra options for navigating the coast. And you occasional little rivulet. Yeah, a couple of hours of access to some nice easy going. All that shingle that's all heaped up there. I'm still not sure there's an actual path up there. I haven't been up to have a look actually, to be honest. I'm just having to check my Google Maps current location just so I know whereabouts to try and strike up the shingle to find a car park. It's not yet though, I think it might be around the end of this headland. I don't know. Doing well though. Enjoying the late afternoon. It's nice. Nice and calm. Yeah, enchanting as this all is. Time to start heading up the shingle, I think. Get some bearing on where I am. I think cafe might be behind those bushes just over there. So let's try and go up and see what we can do up there. Maybe a footpath, otherwise it's a rousing round of shingle to roll around the day off. See if my car's still there, not clamped or anything. Pretty sure it was a free car park, but it seemed unusual. Didn't see any tickets on anyone else's windscreens. Nice path actually, as it turns out. I've only just noticed them. I don't know if it's because the sun's just at the right angle or the gloom's lifted a bit. Let's see if we can do some super zooming. Hold on to your stomachs. There we go. Oh, I knew there was a load off of the coast at this end. There they are, generating don't know, about 25% probably of our national electric. That and solar, I think. I don't know. Depends who you ask, I suppose, what numbers you get, but that's obviously some sort of maintenance platform, maybe. Controlling, coordinating something, I don't know. Keeping on. Yeah. Oh, hello. No. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's more, even more further around the coast as well. Just keep an eye out for those. Cool. I approve. They don't look ugly, they look majestic. Just through that path a bit onto another green sword thing. A gentle path along there, a lot of camper vans parked along here. I could have parked here. I don't know. Does Worthing have a pier? I don't know what that big white building is. I mean, there's a pier. Is that Brighton Pier? Or is that Worthing Pier? Brighton Pier must be much further around. Hard to tell where we're at, really. Pretty sure some of that in the background is the cliffs South Downs Way runs along. So, well, you know, I find out if I keep walking, obviously. Let's do that. Popular spot. So little tents and things on the green bit here. You're enjoying the summer? Enjoying Sunday evening. There's no work tomorrow because it's a bank holiday. So people seem to be making the most. That's good. Yeah. Loads of people picnicking and more here. Sports equipment and things. Some of them have got loads of stuff. Hope they clear up after them. I think my car's through that hedge there and in a car park, but we'll see. Otherwise my day might get much, much longer all of a sudden. There we are. Yon car park, and I've checked. My car doesn't have it's not on fire, doesn't have anything on its wheels, no snotty notes on the windscreen. So we're all good. So, yeah, Goring By Sea. Or on sea, I can never remember which. So as far as I go today, but I shall be right back here tomorrow, bright and early, via bus or something, to find my car when it moves again. To that way. Probably Brighton Pier, I think is my next marker. So it's a slightly shorter day, but yeah, there's 2 in a row, so that'll be alright. But no, this is good for today, about 15 miles, feet ache. Gonna get in the car, find some junk food. So yeah, thanks for sticking with it and see you next time.